what's up, guys? How we doing? Today we're going to talk about double cuts. So we're going to talk about an automatic double. Balls hit somewhere in the gap down the line, and we know that the base runner is going to get to second base. So we're going to set up a double cut going to either third base if there's nobody on base, and if there's a man on first, then we'll double cut to home plate. And this is how it works. So basically, why we're doing this is we know the runner's getting to second base, and we're setting up to either third or home, depending if there's, once again, if there's nobody on, we're going to always set up to third base. If there's a man on first, we're going to set up to the plate. And basically, we're going to send two cutoff men out because the ball's in the gap, it's up against the fence. It's a long throw. Sometimes it can be a tough throw for an outfielder, especially if you're at a little bit of a younger level. And if you want to get this guy out, you're going to have a really good throw. If you have two guys out there cutting it off, if the ball's thrown over the first cutoff's head or too short, well, then we have a guy behind him that'll easily catch the ball and deliver the ball to either the third or home and give us a better chance of getting this runner. So let's go over a little bit about where you want to be as a cutoff man on each play, because there's a few different ways to go about this. And before I start, this is the way that I've done it. This is the way we do it right now. Every team's a little different, especially when it comes to balls down the right field line. So this isn't the only way to do it, but this is the way that I've seen a lot of teams do it, and this is the way we do it right now. So the first thing is, let's talk about nobody on base, ball hit down the left field line. We're setting up a cut to third base. It's an automatic double. We know it's going to be a double, so the ball goes in the left field line. Left fielder gets the ball. The shortstop is going to be the first man in the cutoff. The second baseman is going to be the trail man. And you're going to set up, give yourself a little bit of room. You don't want to be so close to him so that if the ball's thrown over his head, it's also going to be over your head. But you don't want to be so far away that if the ball's over his head, it doesn't reach you, and now you're going to have to pick it or catch it on a hop. The idea is if it's over his head, you should be in the perfect spot to catch it routinely right there in the chest and make the throw to third base. And if it's a short hop, if it's going to short hop that first man, he lets it go so that it's a long hop to the second cutoff man, and it makes it an easy catch and a deliver. So give yourself a good amount of room, but not too much room. So that's on the left field line. Ball in the left center field gap, same thing. Left fielder is going to get it. Shortstop's going to lead. Second baseman's going to trail. Give yourself some room. Ball's going to third base. Same thing with center field. Basically, anything from here to the left, shortstop will be the lead guy. Second baseman will be the trail runner. And anything from center to right, the second baseman is going to be the lead guy. Now, the only time this changes is if a ball's hit right over the center fielder's head, it's basically the same distance for each player. So in that case, you can go strongest arm if you want. So usually that's the shortstop, but just say you have a second baseman that has this great arm. You could work it out with your shortstop that you're going to be the lead guy just because you have the stronger arm for the throw. So center field again, shortstop will lead, second baseman will trail, going to third base. Right center field, that's when the second baseman will lead. The shortstop will be the trail cutoff man going to third. Same thing with right field. The only difference is a ball right down the line. What we do is second baseman's the lead guy, first baseman is the trail cutoff man, and the shortstop is going to roam somewhere in here as another cutoff man. When we're lining up for these cutoff, let's just say we're going to third base, and we're going to line up. Let's say the ball's in the left center field gap, shortstop's going to lead, second baseman's going to trail. Make sure, if you're the trail man, it's your job as you're getting over here to make sure you guys are lined up right. So keep peeking back. The shortstop, do the same thing. You're going to peek. As you're running out, you're peeking. You're watching. You can get a feel for where the runner is, but also to make sure that you're lined up in a straight line. Second baseman, help him out. The third baseman will be yelling left, left, or right, right. And the second baseman can relay that to the shortstop because we want to be in as straight line as possible. We don't want the ball to be here, and now we're cutting it off with the shortstop here, the second baseman here, so the ball has to go this way, cut, and then back this way. We want it to be in as straight of a line as possible. So Second baseman, be the eyes and ears for the shortstop. He's busting, trying to get there as quickly as he can. As you're trailing, take a peek at the runner, help him up, help him out, and also when the ball's being delivered in, third baseman will be yelling, cut 3 or cut 4, depending on whatever it is. Second baseman, or not just the second baseman, but the trail guy, if it's on this side, it'll be the shortstop, be his eyes and ears. Line him up, help him out, and also relay that call, cut 3 or cut 4, whatever it might be. Trail guy always has to help out that lead guy. Now, before we go on to a runner on first, one thing you want to keep in mind is you don't want to vacate this bag too early. So let's say the ball's hit down the left field line. As a second baseman, you don't want to just fly down here and be that trail guy, because if, let's say the ball's a rocket down the line, it hits off the fence and kicks right to the left fielder, well, now we have a play at second. So you have to make sure. You'd rather be a little bit late getting here than leaving too early. Ball caroms quickly to the left fielder, he turns to throw the second base, and you're already the trail man in the cutoff, and now we don't have a play at second. So let the play develop. You'll have time to get there. Make sure that there's absolutely no play at second, and then you're the trail guy. Same thing with a ball in the right center field gap, say, for the shortstop. Don't get out there too quickly. Make sure that there's not a carom or anything, and then you can make your way out to be the trail guy. So now let's go with a man on first. So man on first, we're trying to cut to the plate because we're trying to get this runner right here. So it's basically the same idea with a few exceptions. Ball down the left field line, shortstop's going to lead, second baseman's going to trail. Now this is the play where, because the runner is going to be scoring and he's going to be running down this line, we want to make sure that we're not going to be cutting off, we're not going to have a shortstop be the cutoff man on the line with the second baseman on the line, because then it's a tough throw. We could hit the runner in the back, the catcher can't see. So any ball down the left field line or a ball that's hit fair and then rolls into the corner, we're not going to be in a straight line. We're actually going to set up inside the line here. So this throw is actually going to go this way, cut, and then back towards the catcher, because we need to give ourselves a line. Anytime we're straight in line with the base runner, it makes it a really tough play. So always remember, ball down the left field line, you're going to set up the double cut, shortstop here, second baseman here, inside the line. Give yourself a nice, clear path to throw the ball to the plate. Same thing applies everywhere else. Again, left center field, shortstop's going to lead, second baseman's going to trail. As we get to this side of the field, second baseman will lead, shortstop will trail. And again, this is the other one difference is, again, a ball down the right field line. Second baseman's going to lead. First baseman's going to trail. And now we can be on that line just because we don't have a base runner. Base runner's coming from here, so second baseman leads. First baseman trails. Shortstop doesn't really have a responsibility, so what he can do is, once you take second base and realize there's no play at second, you can get in here as quick as you can, so that if the ball comes in here and is thrown, let's say the second baseman cuts it, throws home, this guy's going to score. You can cut the ball and go to third base if you need it to get the base runner going out, going for a triple. Now, if you remember back, Derek Jeter had this play against the Athletics, and they made a huge deal about it. What is Derek Jeter doing right here? It looked like he magically knew what was going to happen. Well, that's actually what we do on a ball down the right field line with a man on first. Shortstop roams and then makes a decision to get in here to be that third cutoff man. Jeter was just a little bit late on that play, so it kind of looked crazy, and he had to shovel past the ball to home plate. But that's your responsibility as a shortstop. So I hope you understand a little bit here about what we're talking about with double cuts. I know this isn't used at every level of baseball. I know it's used basically in college and then professional baseball, but some high schools may use it. And I think it's important, even if you don't use it, just to understand. You've probably watched big league games and seen it, and maybe you've had some questions, you wonder why they do it. Well, that's the reason why, and this way, if you ever get to college or play professionally and you hadn't done it before, you'll have an idea of what to do, and you'll pick up a little bit quicker what you're supposed to do. So Hope this helps out. If you have any questions, I know I went through it pretty quickly. Wanted to make sure I fit it all in. If you don't understand anything, just let me know, and I'll try to help you out. All right. Hope this helps. We'll talk to you later.